was saying, these TikTok sound. I can see why some artists legit just target TikTok because some of the songs just get stuck in your head, and I don't know about you, but I've got a bit of an issue with kind of modern music. It doesn't really get the replay value and how much it sticks with you is not really there. But then when I look at TikTok, like there's some songs I don't even know what they're called, but the main bits are stuck in my head. One of the main ones is, I know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away. And
I know what you mean. I know what you're saying. Like, there were those classic songs that you used to remember, like, that just have, like, replay value, like, I don't know, Begging, but they've remixed it now. But I'm talking about the original one.
All, like, you know, early 2000s R&B.
Yeah,
that
those
still gets wheeled in clubs these days.
But you have songs like, what was that one from, like, years ago? Renegade. How often are you going to hear that in, like, a couple of years and be like, oh, that's a banger right there, like, back in, like, you know what I mean?
Mate, there is some sounds. What's that one I keep laughing at? Umada wee.
Umada wee. Okay, that will always have replay value for me. I'm simple.
How did these sounds catch on, man? Oh,
it's random. One eye open when I'm sleeping. Yeah. One eye. How is it so catchy?
Nah. No, it's true, and it just sticks with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like the thing with TikTok is, a lot of people say, "Oh, they're not gonna get it." Well, people around my age anyway, they say, "Oh, I'm not gonna get it," and then once you do download it, you just get addicted.
It's true.
I'm more addicted to Instagram Reels because I just like that everything's in one place.
You
know, it's just Instagram, and then literally in the next tab it's Reels, but it's pretty much the same kind of content, to be honest.
It's true. It's good entertainment though. I can't deny it now. It is just entertaining. Yeah, I like seeing people, like just normal people that's uploading like stuff, even if it's like opinion on stuff. It's nice, you know.
Everyone could be a content creator. We definitely could be content creators, to be honest.
Yeah, we have been kind of creating content. We got TikTok. We've been doing that for a bit.
Indeed. Shameless plug. Follow us on TikTok.
Yes.
Lockdown Yard.
We are there now. I'm trying stuff out. I'm hoping to be funny.
Oh yeah, to be honest, I really need to jump on the content creator. I've been talking about it for ages, and I just need to jump on it because I really do love TikTok and Reels. It's just quick, you know, like the Joker was saying. He doesn't like knives, but no, he doesn't like guns. They're too quick. But I like Reels and TikToks because they're quick. Yes.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
We are tonight's entertainment. We are here in Lockdown Yard. My name is Charles.
My name is Ed.
We're
back,
here.
baby.
We are here.
What do you say, man? How's the week been? How's the week been for you?
It's been busy. I've been in and out like so crazy, but life, we move, man. Just making moves, staying busy.
That's it, man. This adult life, I'll say it every time, but you just take each day as it comes, and then we move. But a lot has happened, though, man. First and foremost, today, the day we're recording, unfortunately we've suffered a loss in the entertainment industry. The actor who plays Gunther.
Yeah, I heard about that today. I saw that on Instagram. I was in shock. I was like, damn. He was only like 50, 56 or something.
That's the thing. Like, recently we saw that Friends reunion, right? And he was there. He was there. James Michael Tyler. I'm so bad at the names. It's bad. But James Michael Tyler.
Oh, he's 59. He was 59.
He's around the same-ish kind of age as the main cast. And obviously, I personally only ever knew him as Gunther.
Yeah.
It was an iconic role. You know, the guy who was obsessed with Rachel and he was rude to everyone else. He was in Scrubs as well, you know. Some
yeah,
episodes.
he did like a few random episodes in different shows, I think.
You had a few crossovers from Friends to Scrubs, actually. It was quite funny.
Yeah.
But, yeah, R.I.P. to Gunther, man. Every time these things happen, you realise, man, we're getting old, because we used to watch these shows calmly when they were in their prime, and everyone's just growing up. It's mad, so, yeah, man. R.I.P. to Gunther. And also to the to the director of photography. He was unfortunately killed on the set. That was a crazy. Did you see that?
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. You texted me in the morning, and I was just like, "Wait, what? What's happened?" And I went on Twitter because now I'm actually starting to use Twitter more because I feel like ever since that thing with WhatsApp, it's just been like the place to go to. And I was looking at it, I was like, "Oh my god, this is actually real." Damn.
You know when sometimes, and TMZ do this quite a lot, they'll just drop really big news of a death or something, and you'll be like, wait, what? You have those few seconds of, wait, what? Is this real? And then you try to do a bit of background research, but the news is so fresh that you're seeing the news fresh from the source, and it's just like, my goodness.
Yeah. It's shocking. The first two thoughts I was thinking, obviously, was like I was in shock. I was like, wow, that is such a tragedy right there. But I was also thinking, this seems like the plot to something I've seen before where the main, like there's like a murder on set and because they switched like a prop gun. I feel like I've seen that in a TV show or movie or something like that, where that was the intention.
Yeah, that's the thing. It sounds so fiction. It sounds something that...
Formula.
It sounds like something that would be fictional. That it's quite unbelievable.
Like in something like in Murder She Wrote or something like that, like a plot to that. But you don't think about this thing happening in real life. I'm in shock. I'm just like, wow.
Exactly,
and at this time, everyone was like, what's happening? Or was it, obviously it wasn't on purpose, it was an accident, but like, what was the situation? Why was he pointing a gun? People even asking, why is there real guns on set? Not knowing what prop guns are. And it's just like, wow. There's just so much information. But the first thing that came to mind was like, damn, that's just such a sad thing.
You know what? I found it like it's a reminder that there's a lot that goes into making these shows, because we see our shows pop up on Netflix, they release in the cinema and whatnot, and you know we just see the final product, but it just reminds us there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. The amount of people involved, the risk they take. Like John Wick, I can't imagine the amount of risk they take with guns.
Crazy risk. You see the stunts.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious even, like...
Yeah. Like John Wick, you've seen the stunt with the horse, right? That was real. So the amount of risk that goes behind it's just a reminder that, you know, they go through a lot to bring us these final products, and it's quite crazy, but yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah, even if it's not even death, it's like sometimes it's even paralyzed. I just remember just now, like, I remember reading this in the paper around the time that the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 came out, that there was a stuntman who was meant to be Harry in that scene where they're flying him away from home, and he got paralyzed in an accident. I was like, wow.
Jeez.
This stunt game is not a game. It's not a
joke at all, man. These stuntmen earn their money. Get to know. So yeah, R.I.P. to Helena Hutchins, and yeah, man, it's sad. She was award winning as well. Award winning director of photography. It's crazy.
Very crazy, man. But let's go on to some better news. Have you seen the early reviews for Eternals yet?
Yeah, so my boy Ray, he's been sending me a few things. He's saying he's been getting mixed reviews, and he's starting to see a few negative ones. But, you know, overridingly positive for the most part, from what I've seen anyway. You know, a lot of the early anecdotes are that it's very different from anything we've seen in the MCU so far.
It has to be.
Yep, it's got lots of new elements. It's the second longest film in the MCU, so after Endgame, I think.
Really?
Endgame's the longest one, or is Infinity War? It's one of those.
It's one of those two.
But this is the second longest film in the MCU, and I've just heard lots of things that there's so much story squeezed into it, and those are the early anecdotes. But to be honest, these mixed reviews they're making me more intrigued. I'm really intrigued as to what I'm going to see, because I love that I'm hearing that it's something different to what we've seen in the MCU so far, because as you know, you've probably seen, you know, a few bits of noise here and there that the MCU is somewhat formulaic. So it's definitely, you know what you're going to get before you see a lot of MCU films. And to be fair, I can see that. There's Black Widow, for example, was the latest one, which was super formulaic. I was like, yep. You know, it's almost like you can see a checkbox for what an MCU film must have, and it's just there. It's like tick, tick, tick. Okay, funny joke here, inappropriately funny joke here.
Internal struggle.
Shang-Chi as well. Yep.
Internal struggle, doubt, all that stuff. Then finally rallying at the end to say one line before you do the final move. It's impossible. No, it's not. Blah 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 blah. Semantics, you know what I'm saying.
I know, man, for sure. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by the early noise I've heard from the Eternals. So yeah, should be good. What have you heard? What are your thoughts?
All I've heard it's been pretty positive. It's been people have been raving about more or less the score.
The score.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I know you have a thing where you don't like to listen to the score of any film you haven't actually seen.
Yeah, but I heard like a few 15 seconds of it because I was curious about this one because one of the descriptions was it's kind of like 90s themed. And I was like, how does that work? Because we've kind of had like Captain Marvel, and I didn't like that. So I was curious to see what kind of vibe they were going for. So I listened to it, and I was like, you know what? It fits because it's kind of like, that's the way to describe it. It's just very ethereal. It's kind of like an epic ethereal kind of 90s kind of theme, I think. Okay. That's just my initial reaction. And I kind of liked it. I was here for it. So that's all I've really heard about the film. Just the score was really good. And that's all I've really heard.
Listen, man, I've got my ticket already. I'm going to see it in IMAX. I've paid my money, so this film better be good. That's what I'm saying.
There is one thing I really liked about the promotion to this film. It was just like the clip that they put on YouTube. There's this bit where the Icarus, the guy who played Robb Stark in Game of Thrones, he's about to fight this monster. And one of the comments pointed out there's this little detail what they do with the laser eyes, where he's shooting at the monster. It's kind of like it kind of goes jagged and it kind of goes off center from the monster. So it shows they aren't really professional. They're a bit rusty, and I kind of like that kind of element they kind of put in there. If you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, but personally, I don't like reading too much into trailers because these trailers these days are just cut into such manipulative. Formats. It's like they'll cut a trailer and they want you to view it a certain way, then you see the film.
Bro, I'm still burnt from Infinity. I'm still burnt from Infinity War. I'm still burnt from that hard.
Hulk running in the forest, right?
Hulk running in the freaking forest. Yeah. He was never there. He never showed up more than 5 seconds, man. Oh my gosh.
Trust me, man. I don't trust MCU trailers is what I'm trying to say. So
yeah.
I like that you picked that detail up, but I wouldn't read too much into it. Sorry to shoot you down, but
no. I didn't spot it. It was just a comment I saw, and I was like, I didn't notice that. It was very interesting. Oh, Batman trailer.
The Batman. Listen,
yo, the Batman trailer.
Yes, that Batman trailer. Yeah. So apparently that DC fandom event.
Yeah.
Apparently it was quite bad overall, but the Batman trailer saved it. At the end, because that's the last thing they showed. So it literally saved the best till last.
Literally, it was so good. I love the vibe of this whole film. It feels like so gritty, and I like Robert Pattinson now. I was on the fence before because he didn't really fit my idea.
Let me guess, he had Peter Parker Spider-Man 3 vibes.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. I was just like, But now I see because I've seen him act in a few things. The one recent thing was Good Time, I think. I don't know if that's the right name, but he was like a bank robber in it. And he has range. You stick with him for a whole night where everything is going wrong. And he has range, bro. It's good performance. So I like the fact that I think I'm going to see something like that in this film as well.
Personally, that Batman trailer might be one of the best trailers I've ever seen for anything.
Right?
It might be one, like, the music. You remember when that theme was first released? Mm-hmm. Everyone was intrigued. I was like, oh, this sounds like a proper Batman theme.
It was,
no shade to Hans Zimmer, because his score was amazing as well. But in terms of what we've grown up and known to be Batman, this was a proper Batman theme, and everyone was intrigued. And we saw that first trailer, which, what did you think of that first trailer actually?
I liked it. It gave me the same sense of something different to come that Joker did, that trailer did.
Yeah,
like it was very different from what I was expecting, like superhero trailer to be. I like the song as well. The song, it fit so well.
Yeah.
And the imagery was pretty good. I could tell this was going to go in a different way. And you know who's directing this film as well?
Oh, Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves.
He did Rise of the Planet of the Apes, right?
Yeah, the whole trilogy, man. It was good.
Yeah.
That was solid trilogy. And like I can see his imagery to work in like the recent trailer. But the beatdown in the first trailer,
oh yeah, I'm vengeance.
Oh my
He said, "Who the hell are you?" He starts punching him.
Who are you supposed to be? Give him the 1-2 combo.
It's funny because all his mates just stood aside. They were like, "Whoa, I don't want to get involved with that."
Bro, one of them was recording the whole beatdown. Oh my god.
I'm vengeance.
That's a guy you don't mess with that Batman. You don't mess with that Batman. I can
The
tell.
thing is, as we saw like a bit more of the hand-to-hand combat in this recent trailer, and I love that the action's already better than everything we got in
The Dark Knight
Christopher
trilogy.
Nolan trilogy. Because I love that trilogy to bits. More the first two films,
Yeah.
but man, the action and this sort of fed into the whole Christopher Nolan wanted to do a very realistic take. So the action was unfortunately a victim of this realistic take because he didn't get anything spectacular or supernatural, which was fine, I guess. But yeah, I'm just glad that we're seeing Batman. My favorite action sequence from a live action Batman still remains Ben Affleck in
the
Batman
warehouse
vs
scene.
Superman. Yep,
In the warehouse scene.
that's gonna take some topping.
Yeah, for real. But I think this film is going for that Batman.
Yeah,
This
I
one
like
is
it a lot,
definitely
man.
going for that. It's going for it. I'm hyped for it. I'm definitely gonna watch it day one.
Yeah, my favorite bit was the end when Penguin. By the way, who was that? Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell, bro.
Unrecognizable. You see that
Unbelievable.
there's some awards coming for makeup, surely.
Makeup.
Transforming Colin Farrell, makeup and design and that kind of thing.
Probably put on a lot of weight as well.
Oh yeah. But the end of that trailer, where he's like, I got you, and he escapes from the fire, and then he blows his car up, and you just see him walking towards him, and the music,
upside down,
and you see the Batman title.
Dun, 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 dun.
Listen,
Yes, man. That trailer is
this
gonna
film. I'm excited for this film. It's been delayed so much, and it's been interrupted by COVID so much, and
Robert Pattinson got COVID off this film, you know.
yeah, he got COVID early on. I'm just like, whenever I hear films just having to stop production, I get sad, man. It's like, oh goodness sake, but it's understandable. It's understandable, but yeah, I'm glad. I think it's in post production still, so once it is finished, I cannot wait. But yeah, it's not going to be out until like deep 2022, so
I see.
Still a while to go. Yeah.
Oh, what did you think of the other trailer? Well, there was only two other ones, like the Black Adam one and the Flashpoint one. I don't think there was another
The Black Adam. I have a problem with Black Adam. That Black Adam trailer where it shows like lots of behind the scenes stuff. I don't really like. Just shows the actual trailer. I don't. But this. Everyone who's been following the film scene for a while knows Dwayne Johnson has been pushing for this Black Adam film for years, and I mean years, even before his time in Fast and Furious, I think. So it's good to see it actually coming to life. I'm looking forward to it. What were your thoughts?
I thought it looked good, but there's one thing I'm really hoping for this film. It's kind of like relates to John Cena actually. The way he's kind of like become, like, he's not just John Cena playing John Cena. He's kind of like doing more comedic roles now. Like there's one
actually
I saw
acting well now.
Yeah, he's acting well. He did good in Peacemaker. He did good playing Peacemaker, and he was good in another one. Best role so far, and another one on Disney Plus I watched was Vacation or something. It's just ridiculously funny, and I kind of hope the same thing for The Rock too, because so far to me, The Rock kind of just plays The Rock. I kind of want to see something. If he's really,
so? Are you not convinced with The Rock as an actor?
He can act. I'm not saying he cannot act. I'm saying every time he's in the film, I know I'm kind of getting. It's kind of like with Kevin Hart. Like I know he can act, but there was like a flurry of time where you knew exactly what kind of film you were getting with Kevin Hart, and I kind of feel like that would rock The Rock a little bit. Maybe I need to watch a particular film to feel differently.
I don't know. I kind of disagree. I think The Rock. When I watched Dwayne Johnson in films, I don't feel like I'm just watching. Obviously, it's not his. He's so iconic.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
He's literally one of a kind of actor, kind of personality. But I feel like his character as Hobbs, for example, in Fast and Furious 5, is so different to his work in Jumanji, for example. It's like,
Yeah. It is. I can feel that difference. Like it's different tones entirely. Like I just haven't found that role that I really identify him with yet. I don't think it's Hobbs, and I don't think it's the one for Jumanji. Like he's got range too. Like he was in Central Intelligence, and I think he was very good in that. Like I found him very funny, but I don't know. I want more films of more variety. Right now, I feel like I've just gone more of the recent ones. Like it's just been.
But what I'll say to that is, he's got something that works. I mean, he's not the only actor who's like this. Ryan Reynolds. I see Ryan Reynolds as Ryan Reynolds in every single thing he does. He was in Free Guy. I felt like I was just watching Deadpool with his mask off.
Yeah.
Some actors just found their niche. It's like, this is what works. This is what makes the money. This is what gets me my jobs. So this is what I'm gonna do. It's worked for him. It's worked for The Rock. It's worked for several different actors. I can't even name off the top of my head, but you kind of get the gist of what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get the gist. Okay. Yeah, fair.
But I do get invested in the. It doesn't take me out of the film when I'm watching The Rock films. When, where I just look at him and say, I can't get into this. This is just The Rock. Nah, I still.
No. I go to it because The Rock is in it. I like The Rock.
Oh yeah, for sure. But like, does it take you out of the film when you watch it and you think, he's not this character. He's still Dwayne Johnson, man.
It doesn't take me out of the film. Not really. No, not really. I don't know.
I think he needs to do like an epic. Then you'll really be like, okay, this is not Dwayne Johnson I'm watching. This is the actual character.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that one. Maybe it has to be an epic.
See. Maybe Black Adam. I mean, he's been campaigning for Black Adam for years, as I was saying. So maybe this might be his defining role. Who knows?
Honestly, I'm hoping for because Ryan Reynolds did the same thing with Deadpool. So maybe this can be his like Deadpool. That's what I'm saying. That'd be good. That'd be good.
We'll move on from this, but one quick question, and I've got this topic we're discussing. Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Do you see him when he does other roles as just Iron Man? Or, for example, when you watch Sherlock Holmes, were you able to say that it's not Iron Man whatsoever, this is Sherlock Holmes?
No, I see him as different roles. He's very different acting in Sherlock.
Okay. Cool, because he's one of the actors where, and a lot of people just see him as Iron Man. But if you watch Sherlock Holmes, he's really able to just shed that and get into character. I think the best example is literally Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman is known, film people who aren't as invested in film will say, he's Wolverine. But anyone who's watched any Hugh Jackman film knows that whatever role he does,
he is that character.
Yeah.
He is that character, bro. Don't even question it. Prisoners? Are you kidding me?
Listen,
what?
He's so underrated in that film. It's insane. A lot of people haven't even seen that film.
People need to watch that film.
That scene with Paul Dano when he was Paul Dano?
Yeah,
Paul Dano when he was just at the sink.
Where's my daughter? Where is she? And just bashing the hammer on the sink. Oh, the guy was trembling. I would be trembling. Damn.
That was superb acting, but yeah, Hugh Jackman's probably the best example of, he's got a very iconic role in Wolverine, but he can, when required, fit into any kind of role he wants to.
The Greatest Showman.
Oh yes. 100%.
Variety, range.
Even as the evil guy in District 9. Do you remember?
I don't even remember that film too well.
District 9, when he was the evil guy.
Like the alien one.
Yeah, the alien one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The prawns.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good film.
All right, man. What is our showpiece film or franchise today?
It is A Quiet Place 1, and we're gonna go A Quiet Place 2 as well.
Yeah, man. Just discuss that duology, or will it be a trilogy? Who knows? I don't know. First off, I need a prequel, man. I need a prequel.
We kind of got a little bit of the prequel in the second one, but you know what's funny? John Krasinski, he actually didn't originally want to do a sequel because he was wary of them.
Well, he's anti-sequel.
Yeah, because he's just wary of sequels. I don't think he's anti-sequel. But he wrote an outline because they were kind of asking him to, let's write an outline. Just write some thoughts down. And before you knew it, he was just like, yeah, I'm directing this film. And that's how he made the second one. I like that because I know a lot of directors like think about the sequel and ahead of time. But like, I like the films that can actually just be one film. And then it kind of works as a sequel. You know what I mean?
I mean, me personally, so a bit of a background on A Quiet Place for anyone who hasn't actually seen it. It's an apocalyptic film where in a world where aliens have crash landed and they attack anything which makes sound. So the aliens are completely blind, but they're very violent and they literally attack anything that makes a sound. And it's a franchise about survival. And the first one we follow a family of 5, actually, a family of 5 who, it seems like they're cut from the world and they're just trying to get through each day as it comes. And it's quite cool because they've made up all these defense mechanisms where they can detect and keep themselves safe from the aliens. And yeah, that's the theme of the franchise, just a bit of a background. But I don't know, which one did you prefer out of 1 and 2, or do you see them as equal?
I see them as equal. I see them as very equal.
Same here.
I can describe like when I watch this, whether it be in the cinema or at home, I look forward to the experience, the silence that the film gives me. Like, I'm really that immersed in the film. I don't think any other film can really like incorporate me that much,
Telling you, like, I've discussed on this podcast a few times before my experience watching A Quiet Place 1 in the cinema, where typical thing to do is buy food and go and sit down and eat your popcorn, these kind of foods that make sounds as you eat them. From the off, A Quiet Place gripped everyone. I was looking around about 2-3 minutes into the film and it just gripped everyone. Without telling us to be quiet, the film came across as one where you actually had to be quiet. You felt like you were in the world with the actors where you had to be quiet as well. And this was before the monsters were revealed. Everyone was hesitant to eat their food. They're like, I don't want to make a noise. I don't want to crunch the nachos and stuff like that.
You know what?
It was such an interesting experience.
I imagine there was probably that one person in the cinema the first time they watched it when it came out. It was like, is the sound on or something? Where's the music? There's nothing here.
Oh yeah, for sure. No one's.
That's how quiet.
Luckily, my screening were well behaved.
Mm-hmm.
No one shouted out loud, but yeah, honestly, it was such a unique experience. And as soon as the monsters were revealed, and we realized, okay, so they attack anything with sound, and that amazing concept, it was just such an experience watching it because you felt nervous every time the actors were about to make any kind of sound, like when they were walking.
It makes sound such like a key element of the movie. Like,
yep.
Sound is a character.
Yes.
That's legit what it is. The sound is an actual character. It signifies when something's about to happen, when it brings tension to each scene it's in. Bro, this film had about 25 lines of actual dialogue. I'm not even exaggerating. It's probably right.
My goodness. You know what? First off, shout out to John Krasinski.
Big time.
John Krasinski, one of the lead actors in this film, in this franchise, I guess. This man was from The Office. This guy, whoever's watched The Office, going from that to this, his directorial debut, like, he did insanely well.
Mm-hmm.
He did insanely well. So, honestly, it was great to watch. And Emily Blunt, great as ever. And the child actors were great as well. It's just very well acted all around.
So you know the daughter Reagan, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I like how there's something I found out about this film as well that's actually interesting. Like, the actual actress, she is deaf, but she can hear like a little bit, but it's just like muffled.
Okay.
And the mother described that to John while he was like designing, he was helping with the sound design, or he decided to include that element of it into the film. So that kind of like brought you into the way she was like experiencing the situations as well. Like, oh, that was really cool. And even the mother was like saying, "Wow, you've helped me find a way to experience the world the way my daughter does." I was like, "Damn." The level of design and detail in this film, like, it's just amazing.
I'm telling you, man. And as I said in the last episode, this franchise is obsessed with foot or leg injuries. Like,
yo, I was listening to the last episode we did where we talked about my foot, and I still feel that pain every time you talk about that.
I felt as well. Yo, honestly, that first one. So in the first one, where Emily Blunt's character, she's first of all she's pregnant. Then she's walking down the stairs, and the great thing about that scene is, I always say this. So obviously earlier in the film, we see them dragging some stuff up the stairs, and it gets latched onto a nail on the stairs, and it as a result the nail kind of protrudes and it sticks out. And yeah, so from then on, everyone who's seen any film ever knows exactly what's going to come up later in the film. Someone is stepping on that.
That's a MacGuffin right there, man.
Plot device, legit. Someone's gonna step on that. But the great thing about that scene here is we all know what's coming, but it doesn't take away from the intensity of the scene whatsoever. She steps on that, and it's like, oh my god! She drops the picture on the ground, and it makes a loud bang, and we all know exactly what's coming, and we're all so nervous for her. It was so well done.
She didn't scream.
It's like.
She didn't scream.
And it's you know what makes that scene, I love that scene so much, but it's the bits of breath she was letting out. As she wanted to squeal in pain, because not only was her foot hurting, but she was going through labour. Her water literally broke. I was like, this might be the most uncomfortable thing anyone's ever gone through. Ever.
Tension levels, man.
On screen. I'm telling you. So, yeah, it was amazingly done. And the whole fireworks thing, I thought that was genius. As I said, I loved how they just had these systems in place to defend themselves against the monsters. Yeah, it's just so well done, man. It's one of my favourite. What do you call it?
Yeah,
a horror?
It's a horror, dude.
Horror franchise. Yeah, one of my favourite horrors.
Science fiction horror. Yeah. All right, so
yeah,
what's your favourite scene in the first one?
Favorite scene in the first one? Oh, definitely the scene I just mentioned, the stepping on the nail scene, man. For sure. That's definitely my favorite scene.
Building of tension in the scene was mad. I'd have to say mine was just when. It's two. I got two. One is just when they're under the waterfall and they actually talk. To me, that was just like a break. I was like, oh damn, they are safe. I feel safe now.
Oh yeah. Everyone, you felt everyone
started eating their popcorn and everything, having conversations, but you can actually talk in the cinema. But yeah, they're under this waterfall, and obviously, the sound muffles their voice, so they can actually talk just without ACL, ASL. Sorry, my bad. So yeah. The
sign language. Yeah. Speaking of two, so you said you're going to mention two.
So that was one.
So we've done one each. I'll say I have a second one. Which was actually after that scene you just mentioned. So when he was walking through the woods with his son, and they stumble across that guy, that old man. He's just seen his wife killed by one of the monsters. And it's just the tension between them, as you can see the old man wanted to scream, and John Krasinski was like,
just putting his finger to his lips.
Don't do it. And then he just shouts, and he's like, screw it. If I'm going down, I'm taking you out with me. And the music.
Yo, you know what? That's a bit of foreshadowing, though.
Oh, yes.
That is foreshadowing.
Yes, it is.
He lost his family, and Lee sacrificed himself by doing the same exact thing. And that is actually my second favorite scene.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, the sacrifice
bit broke me.
You know what?
Because he did it in sign language. I have always loved you. Because there was this whole sub story of how Reagan thought that Lee blamed her for the death of the little son. But that was just reassuring. I was like, oh damn, he's gonna do it. And he just screamed, and everyone in the cinema, I imagine, shook. But me, I watched it at home. I was like, oh my god, that's so loud, and I know what that means.
Yeah.
And he's gone just like that.
Right. Oh boy, you're not gonna like this. I have a problem, and you know I love this franchise, but I have a problem.
What's
with
the problem
scene.
with the scene? I think I can guess.
In the history of unnecessary deaths, what was wrong? He had a shovel. he was holding. What was wrong with throwing that slightly, a few meters to his left or right? So the monster.
I don't think that would have worked, man. Because the noise that this thing was making by itself, I feel like it would have just wouldn't be able to hear it.
But its whole thing is having super sensitive hearing. Literally, just hit something. All right, go next to, I don't know. There was a railing there. There was something hard that he could have just hit the shovel against, and then as soon as the monster props his head up and runs towards it, he just moves slightly to the side. But then I guess he was injured. I don't know, man.
You felt there was a way out there. You're trying to find a way out there still. Yeah. If this was me, I would have found a different way.
That's just me being nitpicky. Yeah. I don't know about that guy, but that was me. I'm living.
Wouldn't let shit happen to me though.
You know what's coming from Boondocks.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though. Oh my days.
Honestly. Well, yeah, that's my issue with that. I just feel like it was unnecessary, but I guess, you know, it was a bit of emotional manipulation there, saying they just wanted to do the "I have always loved you" kind of thing, and self-sacrifice, that kind of thing. So yeah, I get it, but I just feel like there was a way out. That's all. That's my nitpicky thing, but yeah, it was a great scene nonetheless. And as I said, the second film in the franchise, A Quiet Place 2, where, you know, we saw a little bit more about how exactly they all ended up in this situation. What happened for the aliens? We saw day one. So, you know, the aliens crashing, and then I can imagine lots and lots of people died because they didn't realize exactly how these things worked. So you can imagine. So I just love seeing
that whole bit was like
the little bit of backstory. I just love seeing it.
It really drops you into like the movie like that way. I think from the moment they get in the truck, and then he gets out of the car to talk to the cop, and you just see the first one just crash out of nowhere, and he's just running back to the car and it stays with him the whole time. And then it switches to Evelyn driving the car. Oh, I found out something about this scene. You know when Evelyn's driving the car through town and then the bus comes out of control. So obviously she's not driving the car. There's someone remotely controlling the car. She didn't know what was going to happen, like the sequence of things. She knew stuff was going to go down, but she didn't know how it was going to go down. So her reactions were like completely organic. So when she was like, "Oh my god, there's a bus coming towards me now. I have to dodge this car. I have to back up." It was all organic. I liked it. Obviously she wasn't in like danger, but she just didn't know the sequence of things.
You know what? I love it in film when I hear things like that. Improv. I think one of the most famous examples you told me about on the previous episode was in Alien. When nobody knew about the chest burster scene, what was going to happen. So I love it when reactions are just real like that. You don't know what's going to happen, and you see the real reaction in the film. It really adds something.
I appreciate that.
And I love Cillian Murphy in the second. A lot of people were worried about, John Krasinski's dead. Is this sequel going to work without him? And who better to fill in that slot and heck, maybe even improve on it than man like Cillian Murphy.
You'll always know him from that first.
Our friend, a man like
we always know him from that first.
Yes.
Who?
He's here. Who? The Batman. So why is he smiling when he has that?
Like, I don't know. It's like, where is he?
Yeah.
He's here. He just takes off his mask and he's just looking up like, it was good acting. It was very good acting, but I don't know what he was going for.
You know, that's one of those scenes, where I'll probably if I mention it to anyone else, they just wouldn't see why. But if I mention it to you, we just appreciate that on a different level.
It's true. If you ever have time, just go on YouTube and just find that one clip where Scarecrow is in the warehouse and then Batman is infiltrating it to find Rachel. I don't know how to Google that, but like, that's the scene in Batman Begins. It's honestly, so man, underrated.
He's here. Who? The Batman.
There's a guy, like 5 seconds later. Is it true you can fly?
No, what they say is like, is it true what they say about him?
Yeah.
Is it true can you really fly? Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh. Just love the simple things. Like those one-liners no one thinks about.
Isn't it, man? Oh, jeez. This is why I love film, man. I'm telling you. But yeah, the second one was solid. Pretty much followed the same formula as the first one. And usually that would be a point of criticism for a few films. But this one works because of just how the films are made. It follows them from the suspense. And even though everything we're seeing in the second one isn't new, like by now we know we got to stay silent, but it doesn't take away from the suspense at all. We're still invested. We still want to stay quiet whilst watching this. It's amazing, and I love how they gave the daughter a bigger role in this and just allowed her to flex a bit more because she's a really good actor.
Yeah, I really liked her in this one. I think like definitely expanded her more because she was more independent in this one plot wise. Like she was like, no, I gotta help these people. I gotta find a boat, or it's just it was just good. I liked her plot line. She drove it forward.
Definitely. And you know what? My point of criticism for that first film with John Krasinski's death. Unfortunately, there was another needless, even more needless death. Yeah, there was another more needless death in the second one.
I know.
Our guy, Djimon Hounsou.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you on this. That was unnecessary. You didn't need to do that.
If you think it's right outside, if you suspect it's out there, why would you make noise? You know how these things work. Oh, jeez.
Imagine he drove. So there's a part it's towards the end of A Quiet Place 2 when they're like driving away from the monsters that have somehow gone to the island. And he manages to dodge and weave. He's doing tricks and drift kinging and this shit. And then he gets to the garage and then he gets underneath the shower.
I didn't even mention, sorry to interrupt, I didn't even mention that plot device that kind of annoys me. I try to ignore it every now and then, but it annoys me. The fact that Monster managed to float all the way to the island. Like, did you see how big that body of water was? And somehow the boat, without any steering, by the way, it just floats. It just follows the tide and ends up by that island. I mean, convenient much, but again, plot device. I've realised this franchise is actually full of plot devices, but heck, it's a film. It's because it's so good. Go on, man. I was just saying, that death was just so needless. Like, come on, you know the deal. If you suspect that it's come back, do it in sign language. Okay, if you don't know sign language, just shut up.
Just shut up. Yeah. Don't make noise.
Honestly,
I have to go back to the town. No, you don't. You need to shut the fuck up. You're gonna get killed.
Shut up. Oh, I'm telling you, man. But yeah, I prefer. You asked me. Well, I think I asked you. Would you prefer 1 or 2? In hindsight, I think I prefer 1. 2 is a very solid entry. Not saying 2 is bad by any means. Because, that's how social media is these days. You say you like something and someone attacks you and say, what? You don't like this one? That's not what I said. I said I like this one. Well, what do you mean you don't like the other one? I didn't say I didn't like. I just said I like this one. So, anyway, I prefer the first one. Second one's still very high quality film, but first one is just the newness of it all is it's just amazing. So
I think for the same exact reason, that's why I picked the first one too. Like, it's just a completely, it just can't beat the first time you're in that film, and you can watch 2 without watching 1. I'm convinced you can do that. You just need to know, just be quiet in the cinema or be quiet while you're watching it and you'll pick it up. But with the first one, like, you don't know that first time and then you're just like, oh wow, you're really introduced into it.
Telling you, man. But, yeah, I could talk about this film for hours and hours and hours, but
okay.
Honestly, we'll wrap it up.
Okay,
Honestly,
I want to wrap up.
Any major points you wanna raise?
Not a major point, but it's just something I want to mention to you because you've fallen off with this show, and I feel like this is the best chance that I can ever possibly get to convince you to come back onto it.
Let's hear it. The Walking Dead, isn't it?
You and me used to watch Walking Dead. Not together, but we watched it.
I was a religious fan of
Bro,
I was
believe
invested.
Bro, I can't believe that both your sister and auntie both watch this. Auntie surprises me more than anything.
Oh, she watches a lot of shows, you know. She watches a lot of shows, but sometimes I like doing this thing where sometimes I watch something so good, I'll be like, nah, listen, wheel it up. I'm taking this. We're all watching this. We're all watching this by force.
Man.
So we just got invested. Like they complained it was a bit gruesome in parts, but they were really invested.
Okay, yeah, it was very gruesome, and also I feel like a lot of people dropped off after like Glenn got that.
No, I was still there after. Oh
yeah, you and me were. We stuck through there.
Do you remember that early morning after we watched?
Yeah,
Glenn's
you and
death?
me watched it like we watched it at like 3 a.m. or something, right? I was shivering.
It took me I think weeks actually to get over that. That was the most shocking thing I've seen in any show I've ever watched.
The kickback that got. Whew.
And you know what? I haven't read the comics, but it is very, true to what happened in the comics. Yeah. But seeing it, being invested with the character from the start, you've seen the growth of Glenn. And
jeez, it just hurts to see, man.
I was so hurt, man. You know, if you saw, I was just hurt.
Pain. But anyway, you and me stuck through that, and we made it past that, and you fell off for a bit.
I fell off when Negan started to lose power. Then I was like, this shows the quality's waning a bit here, and I just stopped.
True, it did. In my opinion, it did. But I stuck through it, and Lockdown, I just pushed through like 2 seasons worth. And this latest episode in the latest season, actually it's not the latest episode, but it's in the latest season, bro. Okay, imagine experiencing. Yeah,
we are back.
We are back, bro. I'm gonna describe the episode to you, just in synopsis alone, and you're gonna tell me I'm gonna watch it. I can tell.
Cool.
All right, imagine you're experiencing hiding out in a house in the midst of a zombie horde, right? So you're hiding out from the zombie horde. Mm-hmm. So you're in the house. It's really decadated. It's really dilapidated. That's it. I was saying before. And then you see an eye looking at you through a crack in the wall. Mm-hmm. Now you and your ally, you're with someone. You assume it's a walker, but you get separated upon realizing it's not just one, but it's several feral cannibals. I'm talking Gollum
cannibals.
Level. Yes, cannibals.
They eating people out here.
Bro, Walking Dead has evolved, but I have not told you the best part, which kind of links to like this story.
Now, when you say cannibals, terminus kind of cannibals or actual rabid cannibals?
Imagine Gollum level cannibals, and you're the ring, bro, and you're the ring.
They out here eating folk. Damn.
Yeah, man, biting ankles and everything, man. But the best part of that links to what we've been discussing. You are deaf. And you're stuck in this house. And you can't see them, you can't hear them, they're crawling all over the floors, over the walls.
Goodness.
One of the allies in the recent cast is like deaf, and this gave me such intense vibes of like A Quiet Place, but because I know the world of Walking Dead, I'm like, this is a completely brand new way of experiencing it. I say, jump back on it, bro.
I will. You know what? A part of me has always missed The Walking Dead story, because when you're just I was invested for 6 seasons, man. 6 seasons, and I'll be back. I've maintained that I haven't completely let it die off. Between you and me is on this podcast. I was going to return to it once the show fully ended, because I kind of got tired of waiting for season on season. Like, I have one of my boys. He's anti. His rule is, if a show is still going, as in seasons still to come, he's not going to watch it. He doesn't care how popular or how hyped up it is. He's going to wait. He only watches completed shows. And I said, you know what? Fair enough. Because he hates waiting for the whole season on season thing. I was like, fair enough.
So what else does he watch then? Because a lot of shows are like that.
Well, for one, he didn't touch Game of Thrones till it completed.
Yeah, I was thinking
he's willing to wait.
Yeah,
he's willing to wait. You don't.
I was thinking he probably dodged a bullet there in the end. Like,
oh no, he suffered like the rest of us, but faster.
It was all just so fast. I don't know where the story went. Neither do we, bro. Neither do we.
Honestly, but yeah, I had every intention to return to The Walking Dead once all the episodes are. It's not finished, right? We're still waiting for some new episodes, but it's the final season.
I feel like if you were to binge it, it's in the mid-season finale right now. No, not mid-season. Yeah, it's the mid-season finale just now. So you'll get like.
Oh, is it in 2 parts?
Yeah, 2 parts. They always do like the mid-season break.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, yeah, I thought you said the final episode. Okay, yeah,
no, not there yet, but yeah, it's good.
All right. Okay, I'll be back. You've sold it to me.
Thank you. See how I brought it full circle?
Yeah. What are you gonna give? We doing our rating. What are we saying? The A Quiet Place franchise as a whole, or if you want to split into 2 films?
I'm thinking
cinema worthy, IMAX worthy. I really wish I saw it in IMAX. It wasn't available in IMAX.
You know what? I'm gonna go premium. I would watch this double feature IMAX.
Oh yes, 100% agree. Absolutely.
Just once in my life, I just want to experience that. If this comes into a whole trilogy, I'm doing it.
A double feature of The Quiet Place in IMAX. Now that would be something.
That would be mad. Anyone makes noise, you're getting thrown out.
That is it. Add to the live, or just have someone bite you. Add to the live.
That's not funny.
The live experience. At the start I said I wanted a prequel to this. I actually meant a sequel. I don't know what I was thinking, but we've seen it. I don't really want a prequel. I want a sequel. I want to see how the world fixes up and gets rid of these things once and for all. That's what I want to see. But I acknowledge that would be so different from what we've seen before, because the whole thing about the whole thing about it's quite self-contained, isn't it?
It's very much about family.
First film was just about that one family. Second one, it was still largely about that one family, and they branched off and joined that island. But it's quite self-contained. Yeah. So I would love to see a third one where I would like it to be same vibes, but a bit more action, maybe wrapping it up, that kind of thing. Yeah. Don't know if that will happen. I doubt it, to be honest.
Yeah, you know what? You can do one at home. A big OLED screen. Hopefully you'll have one day. Proper cinema soundbars and everything.
Hopefully. But until next time, we